So we're going to be needing to do a little makeover here. Make sure that your face is presentable, so that way when you go into the fashion show that you're going to be doing, you don't look like a complete mess. Do you know what I'm saying? Good. So in that case, I'm going to be doing 3 things to you. First, I'm going to be putting a little bit of eyeshadow, just a little bit, just in the corner of your eyes, just in the corners of your eyes. I'm not going to be really putting it all over your eyelid, just because we want to give it a subtle hint of the color that we want for you, just to really pop out those big eyes you have. Then we're going to put a little bit of blush on your cheeks, so that way it gives you this sort of flushed look. It makes you feel or seem like you are a little shy, because the character you're playing is a little shy. But as you know from the script, she's going to be revealed to be the murderer at the end. So it's a good trick that we have here at the makeup studio. And finally, we're going to put a little bit of lip gloss on your lips, just to make them shine a little more. We don't want any dry or matte sort of lips. We want them to be very sparkly, so that way when the sun starts glowing down on your lips, it really captures it and that makes it very vibrant. So we're going to start off with the eyes. Now I'm going to start off with a darker color, so that way it goes with your eyes very well. Okay. Now the color I'm choosing is this very deep sort of brown. I wouldn't choose this one because it goes with your skin tone a little too well. I would want something a little more pronounced, so that way it really makes your eyes pop from the contrast, and it makes the iris in your eye look even darker, if that's what the colored part of your eye is called. I'm not an anatomist, so I'm going to be putting a little bit of this on your eyes now. So I'm going to just, mira, te voy a poner un poco aquí, solamente unos touches here, and I'm just going to put a couple of touches here. Just one more touch here. Just a stipple, 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 stipple. Y después, just a little touch over here. Mira, could you close your eyes, mija? Just a little bit. Good. So, just stipple, 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 stipple. Close your eyes a little more on the other side. Stipple, 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 stipple. And then one more time on this side. Stipple, 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 stipple. Good. Let me just put away this for right now. And now what I want you to do is just blink a little bit. I just want to make sure that I didn't put too much. Let me just smudge these out. I don't want the powder to just dust onto your eyelashes. I want it to just smear very naturally over your skin. So I'm just going to smudge it a little bit, so that way it just goes upwards like a cat, like a gato. I'm just going to smudge it upwards, and then I'm going to smudge this upwards. And now I'm going to put a little bit of rouge on your cheeks, just to make them very flushed. So I'm going to just put a little rouge on your cheeks, make them very pretty and shiny once again. That way it's very tricky when they find out who has done or committed the crime. It doesn't even occur to them, because they're like, oh, how can a quiet, shy girl kill all of them? And in reality, she did. So there we go. How I'm doing it is, I'm not going upwards, I'm not doing that whole contour thing. I'm just sort of going into the apple of the cheeks and sort of dragging it down in a triangular shape, the way that you would naturally flush. It was a trick that the Elise used to do back in the day. That was their makeup protocol. they didn't use the contour sort of going upwards. They used a more natural tone to it to give it that illusion that you're flushing, you know, just a little bit of you know, shyness. So I'm just going to add a little more. Just there we go. Make sure that it's very pronounced. Just rub it in. I'm just going to rub. Get it over your skin, really into your pores. Just a little more. Tap it. Tap, 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 and then just tap, 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 and then perfect. Now for the other cheek. You have to make it look even, otherwise the illusion is broken. So now skate it over your skin. Just a little more. There goes your fashion designer. She will be taking care of you after me. She's going to be taking your measurements. She says that she has a new little toy that she wants to try out on you, so be ready for that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it does sound very interesting, so just be sure you're ready for a little surprise. So let me just finish up your blush so that way you can go see her. She is a lovely little lady. Although she hates being called a lovely little lady because she's like, I'm not little. And I'm like, of course you're not. Let me just add a little bit, just to rub it in there. Just there we go. Let me just brush this off. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of lip gloss on your lips. But for that I need immense concentration. This is a very vital part. The lips are an essential part of the face. Don't know if you knew that. Everyone knows that though. So if you didn't know that, now you know that. So I'm just going to be putting this on. It has a little bit of a minty taste to it. So hopefully you like that because it will help your co-stars to more easily tolerate your breath in case it ends up getting a little weird or funky after a couple of hours of talking. When you talk for a long time, the dehydration from having talked for such a long time starts to produce a bacteria that breaks down and has a nasty smell to it. That's why you must keep hydrated at all times. It does help prevent bad breath, and in that case, when you don't have bad breath, your co-stars don't hate working with you. So we're going to put this lip gloss on your lips, so that way it makes your lips more pronounced and it has a minty taste to it. So that way, if your co-stars notice that you have a bad breath, at least the lip gloss is going to prevent them from really noticing it. Yeah, so I'm trying to stay with you right now. So just pucker up a little bit, just really pout your lips. Perfect, and just keep pouting them. I'm just going to be adding a little bit. There we go. And I just protrude your top lip like that. Perfect. I'm just going to be putting that on there. And one more coat on the bottom lip. One more coat on the top lip. Perfect. Now do this. Perfect. Now, your next step in this wardrobe makeup design process is to go visit the fashion designer who is in the other room. She's going to take care of you from now on, or give you the last step in your get ready process, and she's going to measure you for your costume. So it It's going to be a very quick appointment. I would say 10 to 15 minutes should do. And just, sit back, relax, and she should take over from now. Okay. Que tenga un buen día entonces.
Bonjour, greetings. You came to my shop because you need a new tailor-made garment, is that right? I knew it. So, first off, I need to know what kind of garment you want. You want a dress, correct? Yes. I specialize in dresses, as a matter of fact, so you're quite lucky. And what sort of event will you be attending with that dress? A fabulous party. Fabulous. Very well then. I need to ask you a few questions at first, if you don't mind, of course. If you do mind, then what can I say? Well, I guess that your dress won't be as fabulous as it could be. Okay, let's start then. Will you be wearing heels or flat? Heels. Very well. How do you want the garment to fit? Do you want it to be a tight fitting, very close to the body, very sexy, or a close fitting, which is more or less what I'm wearing now, or maybe a comfortable fitting, if you want to feel at ease and be able to dance around at that fabulous party, or maybe you want a loose fitting, very very comfy, very je m'en fiche, quoi, si vous voyez ce que je veux dire. Very well, and perfectly understandable. Now, my next question is regarding the textile fibers that we could use for your garment, for your dress. Would you like to have rather natural fibers or synthetic fibers? It's really up to you. So, natural, we have cotton, we have silk, we have denim, we have flannel, we have hemp, we have linen, velvet, wool, everything that's natural and, of course, more expensive. Well, for the synthetic, we have everything that's more like nylon. Is it nylon, polyester, acrylic, things that are, cheaper and sometimes a bit itchy. I would recommend you quality. Oh, okay, I see. Now my last question, actually I have two more questions. My next question is about the fabric embellishments. Do you want to have something a bit special on your dress, such as, embroidery, fringes? I hear they're making a comeback. Patches, prints are also making a comeback. As you can see, the leopard print is absolutely in this season. Fabric flowers are also, well, to me they're a thing of the past, but if it's what you fancy, I can't really say anything. So yes, fabric flowers, ribbons, very fabulous. Sequins were so in 2012. I was sick of them, but people like them. If you like sequins, I'm not going to judge you or anything. Metallic threads. If that's what you like. So any embellishment that you would want to have on your dress, feel free to tell me, and I will add them and sew them on. Something simple. Good choice, good choice. Now my last question is, will you be wearing a bra or not? Will you let the boobs loose, or will you, wear some sort of, push-up or bralette, or just let me know, because it will depend. I will take your measurements in a different way, whether you wear a bra or you don't. Obviously. I mean, looking at what you've got here, I'm not surprised. Very well. Très bien, très bien. Now that all of this is finished, I'm going to measure you with this measuring tape that appears to be from China in the 60s, maybe. First off, I'm going to measure the fullest part of your breast. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna get a bit closer to you. Very well. Let me write this measurement down. Very well. So there are many ways of measuring someone. I'm not saying that mine is the best, but there are different schools, if you know what I mean. I like to start with the bust and the neck, and I'm gonna measure your neck. So I'm gonna sit the tape on the base of the neck above the collarbone there, and measure it up like so. So just stand straight and don't move. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Very well. Now, I'm gonna measure your breast one more time, because I noticed that your arms were not perfectly straight, and even though you might be thinking, considering I'm measuring the breast, it doesn't matter about the arms, but it does. Your hands should be, down at your soles, and you should be standing very straight. So I'm gonna measure the fullest point of your bust. Are you sure you're wearing the right bra size? Well, maybe you should be checking. Now, I'm going to measure your waist and hips. Now, I'm going to measure your natural waist. So that means that it is the smallest part, really, of your waist. So, yes, that it is right underneath your rib cage, just on top of your belly button. Okay. Don't move. And then I'm going to measure your hips right after I take down this measurement, but I seem to have lost my pen. Where is it? And now I lost the cap of my pen. Okay, so that was 5. Okay. I'm going to measure your waist, so I'm going to tape you around just on the top part of your hip bone, if that makes sense to you. Doesn't matter if it doesn't. Okay. Now I'm going to measure your actual hips, so at the fullest part part of your hips, because it would be a mistake to take the measurement that is on the top of your hip. I just took that measurement, so I know when, it's too tight. So the largest part of your hips, really. Okay. Very well. Let me write that down. Now I'm going to measure your back waist length. So I need you to turn around very well. I'm simply gonna measure the nape of the neck down to your spine and to your waist. Interesting measurement. I simply adore taking the measurements of my clients. It's something that's very personal, very full of mystery, really. You never know the size of someone until you've fully measured them. Writing the numbers down. Now, I'm gonna measure the shoulder part. So I'm going to start the measurement from the base of your neck to the tip of your shoulder. So first off, the right shoulder. And the left shoulder. See, most people are not symmetrical, so the measurements will be slightly different. Actually, no one is completely symmetrical. That would be absolutely crazy. Okay. Now I'm going to measure your arm. So I'm going to measure around your arm, right there at the fullest part, just above the elbow. So I'm just gonna circle your arm with my measuring tape. And your other arm. Interesting. Now I'm going to measure your arm length. So I need you to have your arm slightly bent. Most people would think you need to be completely straight, but that is a mistake, because otherwise it would be way too tight and too short. You couldn't even bend your arm. I want it to fit perfectly. So I'm going to measure from the shoulder tip to your wrist. So stand straight with the arm slightly bent. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Wow, I think I have absolutely everything that I need. Yes, that was fairly quick, but I move fast. Now, I will send you some designs that I will draw myself based on what you described and what you like and what you seem to fancy. If it suits you, I'll have you come to my shop in about a week for the first fitting. Yes, but beware, I'm not cheap, even though I sound like, but French accent always kind of sounds sexy for some reason. Now, thank you for visiting me, and I'll see you soon. Au revoir.